Hey Mia, how's it going?
Hey, Mark. Well, not so great.
Oh, why is that? Is something troubling you?
I am always confused between when to use can versus may. Or when to use will, or would or should.
Ah. You are talking about modal verbs and their usages.
Oh. Modal verbs, what are those and how to use them?
Modal verbs are verbs that indicate likelihood, ability, permission or obligation. Words like can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should and must. For example, you should go to school every day. In this sentence, should is the modal verb which indicates a likelihood. There are 4 different types of modal verbs. Number 1. Modals of deduction. Modal verbs of deduction are also known as modal verbs of certainty or probability. Examples include must, might, may, could, might not, and may not. Number 2. Modals of ability. These modal verbs are used to show that someone or something has or doesn't have a particular ability or skill. Examples include can, cannot, could not, and the phrases be able to and not be able to. Number 3. Modals of permission, requests, and offers. These modal verbs are used to ask if someone is allowed to do something. Examples include can, could, may, shall. Number 4. Modals of obligation, advice, and prohibition. We use these modal verbs to say something is necessary or unnecessary, give advice or make suggestions. Examples include have to, must. Now, let's see how to use these modal verbs in sentences with some examples.
Type 1. Modal verbs of ability.
I can swim. I can swim. She cannot speak French. He could play the piano when he was younger. He could play the piano when he was younger. They could not find the way home. They could not find the way home. I am able to solve this problem. I am able to solve this problem. She is not able to come to the party. She is not able to come to the party. He can drive a car. They cannot understand the instructions. He can drive a car. They cannot understand the instructions. She could bake delicious cakes. She could bake delicious cakes. I could not lift the heavy box. I could not lift the heavy box.
Type 2. Modal verbs of deduction.
He must be tired, he's been working all day. He must be tired, he's been working all day. She might be at the library. She might be at the library. They may have left early to catch their flight. They may have left early to catch their flight. It could be raining outside. It could be raining outside. He might not be home yet. He might not be home yet. She may not have received the message. She may not have received the message. This must be the right address. This must be the right address. They might be lost. She may have forgotten about the meeting. They might be lost. She may have forgotten about the meeting. It could be a mistake. It could be a mistake. He might not have your correct phone number. He might not have your correct phone number.
Type 3. Modal verbs of permission.
Could you help me with this task? Could you help me with this task? May I leave early today? May I leave early today? Shall we start the meeting? Shall we start the meeting? Can you pass the salt? Can you pass the salt? Could I borrow your book? Could I borrow your book? May we take a break? May we take a break? Shall I open the window? Shall I open the window? Can you turn down the music? Can you turn down the music? Could you give me a ride to the airport? Could you give me a ride to the airport? May I have another piece of cake? May I?
Type 4. Modals of obligation, advice, and prohibition.
You have to wear a seatbelt when you drive. You have to wear a seatbelt when you drive. He must not play with matches. He must not play with matches. You have to brush your teeth twice a day. You have to brush your teeth twice a day. She must not cross the road without looking. She must not cross the road without looking. We have to arrive early to get good seats. He must not cheat on the test. We have to arrive early to get good seats. He must not cheat on the test. You have to study hard to pass the exam. You have to study hard to pass the exam. She must not talk during the movie. We have to pay our taxes. She must not talk during the movie. We have to pay our taxes. He must not feed the animals at the zoo. He must not feed the animals at the zoo.
Now, let's look at how to use modal verbs in daily conversations.
Can I have a glass of water?
Absolutely, let me get it for you.
Shall I open the window?
Yes, it's a bit stuffy in here.
Should I start the presentation?
Yes, please go ahead.
Would you mind if I take this seat?
Not at all, please sit.
Will you help me with this task?
Of course, I'd be happy to help.
May I ask a question?
Sure, what would you like to know?
Can I borrow your pen?
Yes, here you go.
Shall I order pizza for dinner?
That sounds great, go ahead.
Should I turn on the heater?
Yes, thank you.
Will you be able to make it to the meeting?
Yes, I'll be there.
May I take a break?
Sure, take your time.
Can I play some music?
Yes, that would be nice.
Shall I close the door?
Yes, please.
Should I call a cab?
Yes, we should leave soon.
Would you like to go for a walk?
I'd love to.
Will you check my report?
Sure, send it over.
May I have a piece of cake?
Of course, enjoy.
Can I change the channel?
Sure, go ahead.
Shall I make some tea?
Yes, that would be lovely.
Should I book the tickets?
Yes, please do that.
Would you like to try this dessert?
Sure, it looks delicious.
Will you join us for the movie?
Yes, I'd love to.
May I leave early today?
Sure, see you tomorrow.
Can I use your phone?
Yes, but please be quick.
Shall I bring some snacks?
Yes, that would be great.
Should I send the email now?
Yes, please do.
Next. Shadowing practice.
Okay friends, it's time for some shadowing practice. In this technique, we will show you a dialogue first with sound, and the next prompt will be without sound. Listen carefully to the first dialogue, and try to speak the dialogue out loud by reading it on the screen. Practicing this regularly improves your speaking skills 3 times faster than just listening to conversation dialogues. So let's begin.
Shall we order pizza for dinner? Can you lend me some money? Could I have a glass of water? May we dance? Shall I call a taxi? Can you tell me the time? Could you check my homework? May I try on this dress? Shall we go to the cinema? Can I use your phone?
She may not like spicy food. This must be your book. They might be stuck in traffic. They might be stuck in traffic. She may have taken the wrong turn. It could be a prank. He might not know the answer. She may not have heard the news. She may not have heard the news. This must be your jacket. They might be playing in the park.
I am able to finish the project on time. She is not able to reach the top shelf. He can cook dinner. They cannot see the board.
You have to turn off your phone in the library. She must not swim after eating. We have to respect our elders. He must not litter in the park. You have to drink plenty of water. She must not disturb the class. We have to recycle to save the environment. He must not run in the hallway.